Alrighty guys, and welcome back to another educational informative Dead by Daylight video, and this is a solo queue survivor game. As we can currently see, we spawn near the center of the map, and the chances of the killer to come here really early is almost guaranteed based on the fact that you are in the center of the map. Now, I don't know where Wesker actually is, but it sounds like he's really close. Oh, that could have been bad. Alright, I thought he actually saw me. I didn't want to run. I didn't want to give a pallet. Looks like he dropped a smoke bomb early. He was the only person on a generator. I see he dropped this toolbox. Let's have a quick peek. Alright, so he obviously used Drama to get that extra movement speed to get away from Wesker. That's what we're currently seeing here. Alright, I'm going to proceed to work on this generator. I have to hope that my allies are working on the safe generator outside to the left-hand side, dropping one of the pallets near the middle. So we're actually tracking our teammate and the killer's movement through information on windows of opportunity. Heartbeat was getting really loud. Yeah, I had a feeling he was looping him back towards us, which is unfortunate because our gen is getting pretty close to being done. We got a really bad version of the spawn of where the pallet could have been. It could have been there or there. We got the bad variant. He is still in chase with the ace. Now this over-committing to a chase could really hurt the killer. All it's going to take is half a second of him moving. My high knees a little early if I can. Make sure we make the corner, yeah? Alright, he didn't kick our generator. He's right back in a chase with Ace. Well, I'm going to jump straight back on the generator. Now, I'll respond a lot earlier than I did now, and I'll make sure I run backwards, because if he comes back, he should know the gen is close to being done. This is very interesting that he didn't cut me off before the window, he didn't go for a moonwalk, he didn't go for an M1. He should have been able to tell by how many pistons were moving that Ace didn't leave the gen as close as it was to being done. I have a gut feeling he's coming back, so I'm going to just play wide spacing very far away from him. I should have went up the stairs. Now the reason I should have went up the stairs is it's going to stop him from using a double dash to close a phenomenal amount of movement right here. There you go. See, so he's overcommitting to a chase, and I'm actually looping him outside a chase. Unfortunately, he can double dash his ability and close almost all that distance. But what I can do is I can go for a bit of another lap. I'm not going to get a full lap, which is fine. He found the ace, so let's just, okay, looks like... You see, that's my fault for double backing when I shouldn't have, because he was actually going for the ace. Alright, he's getting a little overwhelmed with the bit of split pressure. It's going to cost him yet again another gen. I didn't hear the gen outside being worked on. Looks like our team is applying a gargantuan amount of work to this man's generators. Right now, he really needs to hopefully have something in his build to stall it out. We know he doesn't have Deadlock. He could have Deadman Switch, he could have Pain Res, could have had Drill, could have had Corrupt. I see he's moving around. He's not in chase with anyone anymore. I'm going to just hesitate a little bit. Alright. Looks like we got Laura to our left. We're going to ignore Laura and we're going to go straight through the map and we're going to try and work on one of these generators. I'm going to go up first. That way I have a bit more of a field of view on the killer's decision. Now that was really good for our group of survivors considering we started at a point where near no one was on gens. I see the gen in the middle that needs to be worked on. That's okay. Now I would love to dance around with the killer and be there. I think the best way for us to beat this gentleman, despite the fact he's lost 3 gens, is to apply split in different areas. I didn't realize our team already got this. So there's either a generator on the corner, in the bathroom, or directly underneath in the little side room to the right. Alright, looks like we don't have anything on the corner. I see the totem in the distance just there. There we go. We got the bathroom gen. Let's use the toolbox. Now, Wesker hasn't hit anybody, and he's lost 2 objectives. What do you think the probability is that when he hits a player that he's going to commit to the chase after them until he catches them? Now, the reason we're going to point this out is that let's look at some fundamentals about Dead by Daylight really quick. Okay, when you hook a survivor, you get 8% of the productivity that you needed in order to walk away with the win. So you need to hook one survivor, 8, 16, and essentially 24%. So 3 times in order to kill a survivor, while one generator is 20% of the objectives that you needed to protect. I'm happy to just walk away from this. Doesn't like to kick his gens, little allergic. Hoping to get hit with exposure. I'm gonna take the double movement speed. Yeah, let's go around. Oh, good movement by him. I might take an M1 for that. That's alright, we're gonna just keep going around. He's looking for a bloodlust. I got a God pallet on my right, and I will use the God pallet, and the only reason I will is we got split in the final 2 gens. Let's let him have it. Let's move. Just pay attention to the HUD. He used his ability to close the pallet. We do have the God underneath, which is okay. I'm not going to bother dropping down. I'm going to just go up and around back towards my gen. I'm listening for the heartbeat. Sounds like he's not getting any louder. It looks like Laura came back to my generator, which is awesome. Now, you will notice I refilled my toolbox with Built to Last, and that is a really powerful perk. It did get a buff recently. It's basically going to mean I'm going to jump in a locker for 10 seconds. This timer, as that goes around on the HUD, you're going to notice that my toolbox will refill to 99%, and then after that it will fill to 66%, then 33%, then it won't refill again. So it's essentially allowing me to use a toolbox multiple times in a trial. So obviously the best add-ons you can have are generally excuse me, are generally double duration. That way you can have the toolbox going for a longer time on a Commodious or an event box. Therefore, you're having the longest effect. So you see how an ally has been hit and they haven't been down? That's one of Wesker's perks called Terminus. So the probability now that that's a very rare perk to run to begin with. So now we're starting to come together and understand what's going on. So this guy is probably going for a Adept Wesker. And the reason I say that is Terminus is one of his teachable perks. You should be ready to take the hit for the guy. Okay, I'll go take the hit for the guy while you get the door. You get the door. Alright. Make sure he can't get past me. It's alright, because it's not enough to kill me. I'm going to be forced out here. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be a solo queue educational informative game for Wesker. Unfortunately, he didn't have anything to stall the gens. He kept taking chases and he was unable to apply the pressure towards the targets. Now, that was a solo queue group of survivors showcasing that people can come together. The strongest thing you can do in Dead by Daylight is actually work on your own generator. So if you guys enjoyed the educational informative Dead by Daylight Survivor and Killer content, make sure you tune into the live stream. I do educational informative DBD Killer and Survivor content over at Twitch if you guys want to pop it in. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching and I'll see you in the fog in the next video. Have a good one. Cheers.